Welcome to Chasing Pars, the podcast where fairways meet fresh takes, whether you're grinding for birdies or just trying to avoid double bogeys. We're here to break down the game, share stories, and help you chase those elusive pars. So grab your clubs and let's tee off.
Hello and welcome back to Chasing Pars, episode 49. Joining me this evening, or whatever time you're listening, is Hannah's Golf. Hannah, this has been a long time coming.
It definitely has, yeah. I think this is like maybe the third attempt to actually get this in place.
I think our first chat was arranged so far in advance that it had to be written down in an actual diary.
Yeah, it did, didn't it, actually? I think it was around Christmas time, actually, we first started talking about this.
Yeah, we did. And obviously you were busy at the start of the year, but then you got the bug that everybody else was floored with. So just glad you're feeling better now.
Thank you very much. I'm glad we could finally make it work.
No, thank you very much for coming on. But I'll ask you the same first question as I ask everybody: is when did you get into golf, and how, why? Because again, a girl in golf is still not the most common even now.
Yeah. So for me, I work in insurance, and it's quite a big thing in my industry that a lot of people in my office, they get to go out sort of as part of work to do some of the socializing and chats with brokers and stuff, and the guys, they'll get to go out on golf days, so they get a day out of the office. And I thought, hang on a minute, I'm missing a trick here. I'm sitting in the office working while they all get to go out and have a nice day out. So I thought I wanted in on that trick, so I thought it'd be a good idea to start learning to play golf. And the intention was, like, the goal for me was always to get on so we have a corporate golf event every year that my company runs, and the plan was always to get onto that. And once I'd got onto that, I felt like I'd really made it, because I think there's only one female in the past that had actually made it onto that golf day, so I really wanted to sort of like get the numbers up for the ladies. So that was one reason why. The other was I had quite a serious car accident a few years back, which meant that I could no longer do impact sports, so I can't do running and things like that. So I thought that golf looked like it'd be a nice leisurely, chilled out sport to take on, and then I very quickly learnt the error of my thought process on that. So yeah, they were the two main reasons why I decided to get into golf.
Yeah, the work one is a very sensible reason. One of the previous guests, Demi, she was the same. She's like, wait a minute, I'm missing a trick here. He's like, we're in an industry where people are getting to go golfing.
Yeah.
Days out, it's was there anybody, like, was there ever, outside the work thing, was there any interest in golf? Was there anybody in your family that golfed that you kind of could rely on?
Yeah, so my dad, he used to play golf, not so much anymore, because he's got some knee issues, but he used to play golf quite a bit. So he actually was the one that first took me to the range, which was actually it was just a couple of months before COVID hit, and I said, Dad, I want to learn how to play golf. Will you take me to the range, teach me the ropes? So he took me to the range with his old clubs that I think are probably nearly as old as I am. And I'm a short woman. I'm 5'1.5" tall, so using men's clubs as well was quite interesting. But yeah, we went to the range a few times, and he sort of taught me like the ropes a little bit, and then eventually a few months later, which was pretty much actually when everything started to open up again, during lockdown and stuff, which obviously golf then became huge for everyone, because it was one of the only things that you could actually do and go out and see people. So I then sort of got some lessons booked in with a pro, and here I am still trying to figure it out.
Aren't we all? So yeah, we kind of started at the same time. COVID, again, as you say, it was kind of, not that COVID was great for anybody in the world, of course, but it was 100% great for the golf industry, because it completely blew up, and it's been fantastic. And again, I think very similar to a lot of girls who've kind of took up golf. It was all kind of the same thing, because so much of the world had stopped. I know you had started before, but like obviously that encouraged you probably even more so, because you were so limited on anything else. You mentioned obviously like trying to play with your dad's clubs. What was the first set of clubs you end up getting yourself? Was it just bits and pieces here and there, or?
So my first set, I think I bought my first set not long after actually I started going to the range with my dad. So I just realised that, I couldn't. My hands were pretty much like right at the bottom of the grip of the golf club. So I went to American Golf with my dad, and I just got a half set, and they were phaser. I think it was like £100
Oh, yeah.
for a phaser set, and I stuck with those for a good few years actually, because I was too scared to go on the golf course for a good sort of 18 months to 2 years, I would say. I stuck with the range for quite a while. But yeah, they were actually a great set of clubs. I've still got them actually. I can't part with them.
You're gonna have to make a video playing with those now just to see how they compare to the current ones.
That's a good idea actually.
On that then, what is your bag just now? Like top to bottom, what are you sitting with? What are you playing with? You're playing tomorrow.
So I've got I bought, I can't remember if it must have been nearly 2 years ago now, I think maybe a year and a half ago. I bought myself a new set and I got them custom fitted because even the ladies sets were still too long for me. I had to get a bit taken off. So I got the TaylorMade, which I know you hate, sorry. The Kalias. So I've got what's in that? I think I've got the usual sets, the pitch and wedge, sand wedge, A wedge, which I can never remember what the A stands for. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I've got a 3-wood, which is I hate this club so much.
I remember talking to you about this. Yeah.
I've also got a TaylorMade again Stealth driver, which is my first driver that I ever got. And I've got a Callaway hybrid, which one of my friends from work actually gave to me. So that's pretty much what my bag consists of. Oh, and my putter, of course, which is also TaylorMade. Sorry.
I feel everybody who comes on the podcast now has TaylorMade clubs. I don't think there's been a guest in the last maybe 10, 12 guests that don't use TaylorMade now. I feel it's like it's a conspiracy against me.
Maybe you need to ask that question beforehand, like before we get onto the podcast. What brand are you using?
Yeah. I'm going to change the advert up for the next set of guests. But no, it's listen. I can fully admit they're probably like some of the best clubs in the game. There's a reason the top players are playing them. I have an irrational hatred, and I'm okay to admit that it's irrational.
Can I ask what actually triggered it? Where did this hate come from?
I think because I've no idea. I've not. So again, I've only been into golf since COVID as well. I can only think it's my hatred for Rory McIlroy.
Okay.
And because he's sponsored by them, I can only think because I don't know, because also Tommy Fleetwood, who's like the nicest guy in the world, he plays them, but I think it's like
they're just scarred now. I guess it's something that lives within you.
Yeah, my dislike for Rory is that high. Then I hate the clubs, and then it possibly could have been so. I don't know if you've ever heard me say it, but I'll always say that the player never picks the putter picks the player. Now I bought the first club I ever bought myself was a putter, and I was brilliant with it. It was 28 putts around was my like average. Never free putted really. I was so good, but in my head I always wanted a TaylorMade Spider when I started playing golf.
That's what I've got.
So I sold my putter, bought this Spider, and I went from 28 to 52 putts around.
Oh wow!
I only kept it for maybe 12 rounds, I think, maybe 13, 14, but no more than 20. And I didn't hole a putt from inside 6 foot. Yeah, and so that got binned, and that's the only TaylorMade club I've ever used. A couple of my friends have had them, and I've had like a feel of them when they've bought new ones. But I genuinely actually don't like the feel of them. I feel they're quite heavy head compared to the shafts. Sort of, I don't know. It's just it could be again just the hatred. So it doesn't matter what anybody gives me.
Yeah,
It's just
it's stuck in your head.
yeah, completely. Do you care what golf ball you use?
I like the soft golf balls, and I think that's probably quite a standard thing for most beginner ladies, I guess. But I'm not so fussy on the make, to be honest, but I like the soft ones, and I prefer to use pink, red, and orange because I can see them better.
Yeah.
I really struggle to see the white balls. Can't see purple balls for love nor money. Can't see yellow balls for love nor money. But I prefer, yeah, like the sort of the warmer colour balls and the soft ones. Callaway, TaylorMade. I've not bothered what they are really.
Those Callaway pink ones, the matte finish soft ones, that used to be the only ball I would use. I used to be the same. I used to love that soft feel. I don't know what it was, and it wasn't until I probably started using driver really, whereas I didn't use driver when I started playing. And then you
Yeah.
realise like how spinny they are for like for the way I was hitting it, and that's the only reason I stopped using them. I'm gutted. I
Yeah.
used to love rocking up with a nice bright pink ball.
Yeah, actually, I don't think you don't really see that many men using bright pink balls, to be fair. Usually see them like trying to be all macho with the like the I've got my white ball.
No, like if I could get Titleist Pro V1 with my logo that were pink, I'd be all about it. That would
Maybe
be
need
me.
to have a word.
I'm
Need to
gonna
put in
have
a
to.
request.
I've looked at changing the shafts in my clubs to like baby pink and having like the way I used to design them in the computer game back in the day. So
That would be amazing, actually. That would look really nice.
it would look cool. On golf still, were you a fan of golf before you started playing? Like, would you watch it when it was on the TV? Were you a sporty girl at all? Or?
I am a sporty girl. Like growing up, I would get involved in as much sport as I could: netball, football, hockey, anything really. I played in all the club sports and stuff, but never
Yeah.
golf. And actually, in terms of watching golf, I didn't start watching it even probably until the last year, I'd say. I actually
Okay.
started watching golf. I used to find it a little bit like tennis, where you can watch it to start with, and then you're just watching the same thing. So you sort of
Yeah.
switch off for a little bit, and then you come back to see how it sort of ends. But now, because I'm like, I would say actually the last 12 months, I've really sort of got into my golf game a bit more seriously, and I'm a lot more invested in it. So the last year, I've paid a bit more attention to watching golf. But beforehand, no, never.
I'm still very similar to that. I still could probably walk away from a tournament after like I'd maybe watch day 1, 2, and 3. I would kind of keep an eye on, and I'd always watch like the final day or the final couple of hours.
Yeah.
Live has actually changed it for me. I'm probably more invested to Live than the PGA because it's only on for a set time.
Yeah.
It starts at, let's say, 10 o'clock and it's done by 4 o'clock. So you know what time. Whereas when you're watching, let's say, the Masters that's coming up, like you're probably watching it from 6, 7 in the morning till 8, 9 at night
It's got
sometimes
the
if you want
time
to
for
watch it
that.
all. Yeah, so like I think that's why I'll probably always be a Live fan rather than
Yeah.
the PGA, and obviously I get to go to the Live, the UK one as well.
Yeah.
It's cheaper and more enjoyable for me. So that's good that you're watching it though, because again, it's a hard sport to watch. As you say, that it is long. Do you have like friends, family like who watch it or come like play with you in that now? Have you got other people into it?
There's not really anyone that I knew before the world of golf, if that makes sense. So
Yeah,
I sort of had to, like I say, my dad did play, but he doesn't really play so much anymore. And my uncle is the only other person that really I knew that played golf besides people from work.
yeah,
But outside of that, it's almost been a bit of a task trying to create this new social group of golfers, if you like. And Instagram
yeah.
actually has been brilliant for that. Through Instagram, I've met so many different sort of people from throughout the UK, the US, Australia, all over really. But more excitingly, sort of people that live close to me that I can meet up with on a weekend and go play golf with. So I'm quite appreciative to Instagram for that, really, for finding and proving that there are other women below the age of 60 that do play golf. Because Because I thought I was the only one for quite a long time.
Yeah, I mean, and that's been fairly common of all the women who I've spoke to on the podcast and just chatting in general. I think like even the women's section at my home club is massive. But again, I don't think I've ever seen anybody under the age of like 50, 60, like you say. And as guys, we used to all make a joke anytime we seen girls like yourself who are younger, attractive, playing golf. You're like, yeah, they're not real. It doesn't happen because we've never walked onto a golf course to see anybody like that actually playing golf. So it was always, the more I seen like yourself, I always use Kate, Golf with Kate as an example. Like when you see like use people making golf content and playing golf, not just making golf content, sorry, but actually playing golf. That is the content sort of thing. I think it's fantastic. As a dad of 3 daughters, do you know what I mean? Like I've tried my hardest to get them in, but it's not happening. So it's just good. I think it's so refreshing to see, and I feel it's more and more becoming. I hate using the word accepted, but unfortunately that's the golf world we live in. But how have you felt outside the women's side? How have you felt the acceptance nowadays going into courses? Is there still barriers, do you feel?
I think there definitely is still barriers. There's this misconception, I think, that women naturally play slower than men. And I get it. Like it's all the guys have played this sport for years and years and years, and women have come in and said, oh, we want to have a go at that. So obviously we've not been doing it half as long, so we must be terrible. But I think the thing is, everyone likes to think they're good at golf. Not everyone is. So if you're not, and there's someone that's constantly up behind you, just let us through. Like, we're not going to bother you. It's no harm's done. Rather than sort of backing up, but that seems to be a thing. A lot of men will not let women play through. And not to float my own boat, but I play with a lady called Denise pretty much every Sunday, and we are quite quick. We do play quite quickly. It's usually just the 2 of us. So when it's just us 2, we do fly around quite quickly, and we will sometimes come up behind a group of 4 guys, for example, which naturally, if there's 4 of you and there's 2 of us, we will be, regardless of your gender, you're probably going to be quicker unless you're all scratch golfers. Which these guys definitely were not the ones that I'm thinking of. They spent a lot of time in the trees. I don't know what it is. I don't know why men are funny with that sort of thing. Not all men at all. Like I think it's come a long way from what it used to be when I first started playing golf. But I do still think there's a bit of a divide, and not necessarily between men and women, but just people that played golf before this new sort of wave of people. I think there's almost like a bit of hatred towards this new generation of golf, which in my opinion, I think needs to be there, because golf fashion before 2023, particularly for women, was shocking. And I just think it's come a long way, and I think it's good for golf how it's sort of evolved, and it's a lot more current, and like the fashion of it's changed and everything like that. But I just think that there's some old stigglers from back in the day that aren't quite ready for change.
I completely agree, and even like taking it away for the women's aspect, just in general, it's so true, because I have never been held up by a woman on my course, at my home course. But do you know who's usually the group who's right up our arse every time we're playing? It's the group of 4 women, because the women at our course, they are batter it round as quick as they can, because they want to get in for their glass of wine, their lunch. Because
exactly. We've got stuff to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I always say, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, especially like based on my own experiences, guys take it so serious when they're playing. Like we're still like ultra competitive. And I'm not saying women aren't competitive, but most of the women who are playing, whilst it's still about improving and a little competition, it's more the social side. So they're enjoying, the day out with their pals. This might be the 4 old women, say at my club, might be the only time they'll see each other that week. You know, because as you say, these are all busy. Again, men are basically like one step evolved from monkeys still. So like as long as we get out to play golf, you know, we're generally happy. We work Monday to Friday so we can get that game. If most of the time, like the mums are still looking after the kids, the dads are out playing golf. Do you know what I mean? Like that's without being hingy. So that's the truth. You mentioned fashion, and I'm glad you brought this in because this is kind of like my bugbear just now. Not just for women, because obviously that's a completely different aspect, but just in general, like why can't we get to 2026 just wearing nice clothes? Like I'm all for. I think it should still be smartly dressed.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want tracksuit trousers. I don't want football tops. I actually don't like hoodies like this. I'm fine with hoodies in the golf course, but like a nice, like tailored
Smart
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with shorts, same with. I've started wearing collarless polos because just a little bit different rather than wearing. But something I only found out a couple of months ago is a lot of courses, girls aren't allowed to wear leggings, which blew my mind. Like I just assumed it'd be the same as like a guy wearing golf joggers, but it turns out there is courses that frown upon. How you obviously you mentioned the women's fashion. How have you found it, and how much is it improving with more brands kind of getting involved?
I think it's getting better. I
Mm-hmm.
think there's always going to be certain golf clubs that do maintain that old school sort of mentality around it. So for example, I won't mention who they are, but I played at a golf course last year, and they've still got a really strict policy that you must wear white socks. Now, I don't think the colour of your socks really impacts what sort of golfer you are, or you know whether you look tidy or not. I think as long as they're not, you know, ripped with holes in or anything, I don't think it makes a difference personally. But okay, you do you, whatever. I think there's so many brands out there now that have actually made the fashion better than what it was when I first started playing back around 2020 time. But the leggings point that you mentioned is actually quite a funny one for me, and the reason why is because if you go onto the Adidas website, you can specifically buy golf leggings for women. So the leggings that I have, and what I wear to the golf course depends on the golf course that I'm going to. Some of them will let you wear leggings. Some of them won't. So I have worn leggings. So my golf course, for example, I've worn leggings on my golf course. Only golf leggings. And I think as long as they're a brand that sells golf clothes, then it's golf attire, surely.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are some golf courses where I'll make sure that I've got either trousers on or a skirt that's a certain length, white socks, etc. I'll make sure that I do adhere to the rules, but some of it I just find really insane, particularly when the golf trousers. I'll never forget when I first started playing. They're like 80-90 pounds, and they are horrendous. They're like trousers that your 80-year-old granddad wears, and they don't do a range of lengths. They're all a really long length. So then I've got to go pay an extra £20 to get them taken up when they're already disgusting, and I'm paying over the odds for these trousers. That it really, really bothers me. It really bothers me. And they're also like the same fit, as if all women have got the same body shape. Like I know, like women know that every woman has a different body shape, and in fashion generally, you can get different clothes to cater to your body shape. We're not all a big like piece of wood.
Yeah.
But for some reason in golf, to play golf, women have to be this plank of wood. It's insane.
I don't. I've said this from basically when I first started the podcast. I don't know why a brand like, I know Druids have come into the golf market for women now, but I don't understand, because the few that I've spoke to said the range isn't quite up to standard yet. Like, it's fine that it's an introduction, but I don't know why they haven't grabbed whether it be a professional golfer or a female golf influencer. There's plenty with hundreds of thousands of followers that they could get involved in this sort of thing. There's enough, like all the, I've lost track of names, but like your Mia Bakers and all those ones, who are right, like proper famous in the influencer scene, and like your Rachel Drummonds and stuff from Live. I don't understand why none of them, even the likes Iona Stevens sort of thing, how no brand has said to them, look, can you come and work with us? Because I truly feel there is, and I always use Druids as an example, just because they've kind of cornered the market in the men's for cheap clothes, good quality. If they invested, I don't know how much we're talking, but let's say £50,000, for example, into the women's game, using real women to help, even with the designs as such.
Yeah.
I think they could steal the market and actually take over, so much so, like, I feel, especially in the content space, there's just as many women, if not more, than men in it.
Yeah,
and they're
I
getting
agree.
more and more of your friends in. So I just, it throws me off. And then you mentioned the price, like £90 for a pair of trousers. That's almost double the price that us guys are paying.
Yeah, I know.
And that blows my mind at the same time.
Yeah, it's I think it's, like I say, it's definitely got better. Druids, for example, actually is their stuff's quite reasonably priced, actually.
Yeah.
But what I found is someone that's shorter, is if you do want to get those specifically fitted trousers, so that I haven't got to pay to go get them taken up, or I do get my right size, I am having to pay more money for them. And that actually, coming back to what you said before, is actually why I bought golf leggings in the first place, because it's a lot cheaper to buy a pair of ladies' golf leggings. I can roll up the bottom, and nobody would, like, it wouldn't matter. I wouldn't go and get a pair of leggings taken up. Whereas with trousers, I can't do that, because I would just have this big thick rim around my ankles, and it'd be like being back at school again. Give me a bit of flashback there. But yeah, I don't understand why, and I appreciate there are less women than there are men. So presumably the reason why it's cheaper for men is because they probably sell those items a lot quicker than they do the women's. But if women are going to play golf, they need to be able to access the clothing that's required, particularly if we're not allowed to wear leggings or whatever. We do have to wear smart trousers. So I think brands, like the bigger brands, need to be a bit more reasonable with what they're expecting, and like you say, advertise it. There's so many females that are doing content creation for golf now, and lots of female beginner golfers out there now, so there's definitely a market for it.
Yeah, completely. And again, without, like, the same way as, like, I'll look at, like, what Tommy Fleetwood's wearing and think that looks cool, I'm going to look for it. Young girls are probably more impressionable. So if they see, whether it be a content creator or even a professional golfer on a billboard for Adidas, for Nike, for any golf brand, and they see these clothes, like, they're going to be asking parents, they're going to be asking, like, you look at yourself asking for, like, even gloves for your Christmas. Say you've got a birthday coming up and then you see nice outfits, you're going to be like, you know what, that's it, just get me that for you. So it's going to be not a quick sell, as you say. There's still more men than women when you're buying stuff, but also, I hope this doesn't sound sexist, but again, men could wear the same pair of trousers 3 days in a row. No woman's ever going to do that. So if you're going to go on a golf trip, let's say with all your friends, for 4 days, how many outfits are you taking for that 4 days?
We've got a golf outfit for every round of golf, for every occasion.
I'm probably taking one pair of shorts, taking 3 t-shirts to match that one pair of shorts. Do you know what I mean? So it looks different, and that is the difference. So in my opinion, just knowing how expensive my children are, you guys will spend more.
Yeah. And I can promise you, I have got way more golf clothes than I need for the amount of days a week that I play golf. I couldn't even tell you how many outfits I've got, but on average, I play golf. I usually play every Sunday, and then come to spring, summer, I'll try and get a twilight round in during the week, and if not, I'll have sort of days in the week where, like I say, I'll go on a work golf day. So on average, it's say 1.5 times a week ish. I've got so many more outfits than 2 outfits. It's ridiculous. It's something that women can't help themselves with when they see, they want to look nice on the golf course, and you'll see a lot of content creators actually, like, they use it as their slogan of look good, feel good, play good. It's I don't know what it is with women. I guess we need that whole package that maybe men just want. They don't care what they're wearing. They just want to get out on the golf course. It doesn't matter whether their shorts and their t-shirt are perfectly matched, but it's part of women as a culture, I suppose.
I completely agree. And again, I'm glad you said it, because it always could sound more sexist when I say it, but it is true. Like, most guys do not care what they look like. It's just that pair of shorts, that polo shirt. But it is an occasion. No, it is for as you say, for girls, it's like you care what you look like. It is an occasion. It's like you're getting dressed up to go out. You're not going to go out pair of joggers, throw your hair up. There's a time and a place for that. But when you're already going into a place where you feel like you've already got that pressure type, do you know what I mean? Like that scenario. Yeah. So you want to at least go in looking the part as well. So, like, not that you should feel like that, but it's just obviously a natural reaction.
Yeah.
So hopefully maybe by 2030 we'll catch up.
No. I mean, it's getting there. It's definitely improving. I mean, I remember when I first started going on the course, which I think would have been about 2021, 2022.
Yeah.
And I remember I've got a friend at work who's a female, and she started playing at a similar time to me. And we said, like, we need to set up our own brand for women's clothing. It's so bad. Where do we start? And neither of us have got any experience when it comes to, like, creating clothing for women. And actually, thankfully, some women have seen that gap in the market and they've jumped on board with that. So it is evolving. But yeah, it's come a long way, but there's still a long way to go still, I think.
Well, fingers crossed. As you say, next time we have this conversation, hopefully we're another step further forward.
We'll do a fashion show with all our golf outfits next time.
That would be a hell of a long YouTube video by the sounds of things with your drawer set here, Hannah. I think I'm currently sitting with 2 pair of trousers and 3 pair of shorts. That is it.
Okay, maybe we'll do your one first.
Yeah, I think I've got about 17 polos. I will say that.
Oh wow, that's quite a lot actually.
I just don't like getting rid of them. I'm always like, I might wear. I'll never wear them, but I might wear that one again.
You associate it as well with, so for example, like I've got stuff, I'm like, oh, well, that was my first polo, so I need to keep that.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Oh.
Sorry, I got kicked out.
You got that excited that you. I can't even remember where we were at there.
No, I can't either. I just went into a state of panic of
Oh, it was you identify it with like your first your first so I get that. I don't know if it's the same for yourself. Again, comes down to how as guys we can wear the same outfit. If I have a really good round on the Saturday and I'm playing on the Sunday, I am washing and drying that outfit to wear on the Sunday, because it was clearly the outfit that made me play well.
It's always so psychological, isn't it? I think with golf,
Yeah.
and I get the mick taken out of me a bit anyway because I'm quite superstitious. I won't walk on 3 drains. Suddenly I disappear
Same.
when I'm walking next to someone, and they're talking to me, and I have to go around the long way, and they're like, "Where the hell have you gone?" But yeah, I think I'll never forget there was a round where I'd worn green, and I posted a photo of myself and said, "Wearing green today, will it bring me luck?" And I went out and had a really good round. So that was it. I was like, right, well, I need to wear green all the time because clearly that's the reason why I had such a good round.
And that's when you go and buy an extra 3 outfits that are all
Yeah.
green. Have
So
one
now
bad
all of my
round, and then you're
clothing's
like,
green.
yeah. It's only bad though if you have that bad round after it. You've just bought all this green stuff,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh well, I'm gonna have
What a
to
waste
buy
of money
pink
that
next.
was.
Do you have a handicap, Hannah?
I do, yeah. So currently, not that I'm playing to it in this weather, but 34.2 currently.
Yes. And have you got a goal for this year for?
Yeah, I'm hoping to get to 28. So at the start of so went back to golf in March last year because I didn't play through the winter, and I think I was 44 handicap. So I took
Good job
10
done.
shots off. So yeah, so I'm hoping that getting down to 28 this year will hopefully be manageable. That's where I'd like to get to. If I get lower, then that'll be fantastic. But as long as I get to 28, I'll be happy.
Nice. And what's your like practice schedule like? Do you practice a lot, or do you just kind of play?
I go through phases. So for 3 months of the year, I'll, go to the range a couple of times a week, and then I'll get to the golf course early to practice my swing, practice my putting, and then for the next 3 months of the year, I'll just turn up and hope for the best.
It's
I'm
the
not
best way.
consistent.
Yeah, no, that's I just hate a range. It's not enjoyable. I play too much to worry about practice. I would have to, if I genuinely wanted to like maybe get a lesson in practice, I would have to drop 50 rounds a year, say, just to
Yeah.
justify the time. I play 5, 6, 7 rounds a week.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'll play twice a day at the weekends, and then minimum 3 nights a week. So like, yeah, if you were then to add in driving range or like, I probably need lessons to improve. But it's like, well, when am I going to practice? Like, because I'm
Yeah.
not going to
You
practice
can't
on the
practice on a
course.
course.
No.
No.
So yeah, that's me. If we were going to split down your game into driving, irons, wedges, and putter, what would you rate yourself out of 10 for each of them?
Putting like 2 out of 10.
Oh
My
dear.
putting is terrible. But then there's always that occasion where I get a long putt in from the edge of the green. I'm like, oh my God, I can actually do this. Why can't I do this all the time? My irons are definitely my strongest point. So I
Okay.
would say, I mean, I'm a high handicap, so nothing's perfect. But I'd say maybe like a 7 or 8 on my irons.
Yep.
Driving, I think I'm right at driving actually. I'd say probably driving, maybe an 8. In my short game, like the chipping and putting is where I lose all my shots.
Right.
Um, the problem I have is I find putting practice so boring.
Yeah.
Even I have every intention. I'll go to the range and I'll practice my long game, and I'll come out and be like, yeah, I'll go to the putting range, the putting green for like 20 minutes, half an hour, and I'll practice that. And I'll put some balls down and I'll do what everyone does now, how you line out different distances. And like, I've watched all the videos. And then I do it, and then like I just go flying past every time. Like, do you know what? I'm just gonna leave it. I can't bothered. So that I'll never improve if I don't keep at it.
Yeah, it's just something. Yeah, it's not something I practice. I'm very similar to you. I kind of get bored. I've now made a mental thing. I'll try and go on the putting green 5 minutes before a round. Hope that it's the same pace as the greens on the course, just to get my pace down for that day. But yeah, no,
Yeah, my
it's not.
experience of that is like I did that last year. I would go to the putting green beforehand, and I would do really, really well, and then I'd get onto the course and I'd still be rubbish. So
So why bother?
yeah, just wing it. The worst that can happen, I was just stay crap.
I'm sure it's not that bad, but we'll see at some point. What on your your Instagram and your content? What made you create the golf page and how have you found it? Obviously, it must be great for finding new, as you say, new people and getting to play with many folk online as well.
Yeah, so initially I set the page up because I wanted to track my progress because I'm really bad at noticing how far I've come because I spend my whole time looking at how far I've got to go. So I thought if I
Yeah,
set up my Instagram page and I can post videos and I can look back at where I was 6 months ago and see how I've improved. And I thought that would help me um, to not be so hard on myself and but also just for a bit of fun really to see sort of how I was progressing in golf. Also, it was to find other people, mainly ladies, to play golf with sort of in my local area.
yeah,
Um, and actually, for both points, it's been really helpful. I mean, I never set the account up with the intention of content creating, if you like. It
yeah.
was that was never really actually what I intended to do. But then naturally, when you see other people posting what they're posting, and you think, oh, actually, like I do enjoy sort of editing the videos and stuff. Um, but yeah, the main goal was just to track progress, find other people to play golf with, which has worked a gem.
And where is it you're based? Without obviously you don't have to give away your address, but where about in the country are you based?
So I'm in Essex, just outside of
Okay,
London. So I'm sort of on the borders of Kent, Essex, and East London, really. Um,
okay.
so yeah,
Yeah. And what's the home golf course for yourself?
at the moment it's Langdon Hills, which is I think it comes under Upminster. It's like further into Essex.
Okay.
Um,
And then give me like two of your favourite holes and then possibly your nemesis hole on the golf course.
on the golf course. Okay. Favorite holes. I would say so. The second hole so there's two 9-hole courses, the Langdon 9, which is the front nine, and then the Baldwin, which is the back nine.
Okay.
The second hole on the Langdon, that used to be a par four, and then for the ladies, and then last year it got changed to be a par five, and that was the hole where I got my first par five. So I really liked that hole because that sort of became a competition with myself that I got my first par five on that, so I can do it again.
Yeah.
Second favorite hole, I'd probably say the fifth hole is a par three. And I've had a couple of pars on that as well. And I came like this close a couple of times to getting a birdie. And I will crack it, like I will get a birdie on there. But the pressure gets to me, and then um my nemesis hole. I can't remember what hole number it is, but there's a par three and it's over water. And naturally, the water just becomes a target for me. So it's 50-50 whether I'm going to make it to the green or not. And the thing is, it's one of those holes where you go over the water, and it's not. I think it's 126 yards or something like that. It's not really far, but you have to place it straight onto the green because if you don't, it rolls straight back down the bank and into the water.
Oh.
So you almost want to overhit it because you're better to go too far than you are to
Yeah.
leave it short because you're straight away going back into the water. But yeah, annoyingly, it becomes a target for me, and I would say probably 6 times out of 10 I'm going swimming.
You're losing the ball in the water. Soon as water comes into play, it just makes the hole 10 times harder, doesn't it? Like anything like that where you're going over. You
Yeah.
could be going. There's a hole in the course I played today. It used to be my home course. I used to have the biggest slice in the world. Yet soon the water is down the left. This hole suits a slice. Yet every time I teed off in that hole, straight left.
Yeah.
There's no never couldn't go left any other time if I tried. But
It
as
gets
soon
in your
as
head though, doesn't it?
yeah, as soon
Just
as
to
we
do it
see
every
water,
time.
that's exactly it. golf wise for yourself this year, have you got any trips coming up? You got any? What have you got on this
Yes.
year?
So I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but there's an event with the Secret Society this year.
At Carden Park.
Yeah, I don't know if we're allowed
Yeah,
to say. Are we allowed to say?
I don't know. I'm going. I've told everybody about it, so it's fine.
So there's that
So
one.
yeah, we've got that one at the end of April.
Yeah.
And I couldn't remember if you were going to that one. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. So yeah, we'll see each other there.
Yeah, so that would be a good one to do. That will actually be my first day in play, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Mine too. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So so it should be really good. Really excited. We're gonna. There was a space. So there's one of my friends who wasn't involved in the group. He's kind of jump in because there was dropouts last minute. So we're
Yeah.
going to come down on the Saturday, try and find somewhere to stay and
Nice.
play on this Saturday so that we're closer in the morning. Because if not, we'd have to leave at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, for you,
to
it's
get
a
there.
long journey.
Yeah. So I want to be fresh for that in the morning because that's where the competitive edge kind of kicks
Yeah.
in.
That's
And
when you don't want to be tired and lagging on the course, do you?
No, that's it. So I'm actually donating prizes for that as well. The
Oh, are you?
podcasts. Yeah, I'm sponsoring 2 of the holes for that one as well. So
Nice.
make it worthwhile. Because again, Kate does such a good job. It was
Yeah,
only
she's
fair.
great.
So,
Yeah, she's brilliant. She's actually she's the first person sort of on the internet that I spoke to. I actually met her before I'd even set up my golf Instagram page. I
Nice.
don't know how she found me, come to think of it, but somehow she knew through Instagram that I played golf and sort of added me on my private account. And yeah, so I've met her and I've played with her before. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that event. And then outside of that, there's, I don't know if you know, because it's probably quite, well, you all know about, but it's quite far for you, so I'm not sure if you'll come, but there's a content creator day at Stockbrook.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that one in May as well. I think that's it for now. Just
Busy start to the year though. Yeah.
Good way to start.
And how many different golf courses have you got to play? Obviously, you've got your home course. Have you managed to kind of like travel about? Is there a lot of courses in your area as well?
So this is the thing. So originally, I joined the golf course where I'm at because so I joined Langdon in 2024. Prior to that, going on the golf course was like once here and there when I could find someone to play with. So probably in the previous years, between 2023 and 2021 and 2024, I probably only went onto a golf course maybe 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah.
And I wanted to find a golf course where I could play it regularly, build my confidence, and my skill level to get sort of to a good level and be quite confident and get my handicap down. Basically, we'll get a handicap in the first place, actually.
Yeah.
But I kind of got to a point towards the end of last year where I wanted to start sort of playing other courses. But because I work and I do have quite a busy job, I work 5 days a week, I don't get to get out that much. So I was feeling like if I didn't play at my home course on the weekend, then I wasn't getting my money's worth and I'd be paying extra to go play somewhere else. So this year, I'm probably not going to stay at Langdon Hills this year. So that I've got the opportunity now that I know sort of people and I've met other people that I can go play some other courses. So hopefully this year I'll get to play quite a few different courses. I've got a work event next month that I'm going out for, so I'm going to play a course over in Kent.
Okay.
I'm meeting a couple of guys actually from Instagram next week. Highway Skies, we're going over to his course.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, hopefully I'll get to play a few more courses this year.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't realise as well. Like we pay all this money for a membership.
Mm.
We spoke off air before we started recording. Obviously, the winter time writes that down so much as well. But then you take into account if you started to go to away days as well with people you meet up, or I'm quite lucky. My home course is in the top 100 in Scotland, so a lot of people want to come. But then you get invites to go back to their course, and you kind of feel obliged that you have to do it.
Yeah.
You want to anyway because you want to go and play different courses. But I think in the last 3 years, I reckon I've spent about £6,000 on golf courses. Like if you include my membership plus away days, I don't
Yeah,
think I'm far off £6,000
that is a
in the
lot.
last 3 years. Yeah, and I was saying, so I think it probably won't be because how good my course is. But I said that this might be my last year, similar to you. I would rather go
Yeah,
and join a cheaper golf course that's not going to be as good. I know I'm not going to enjoy it as much, but
yeah,
because I want to go to all these different away days, and Kieran, who I do most of my content with when we're playing matches, we want to start going abroad once a year.
yeah,
So if we do that and we go to a cheaper golf course, we could maybe do two a year. You could
yeah.
maybe do one October, November, and then one in February. So yeah, that's the conundrum I'm having as well next year. So I might be similar to you next year, just a nomad and just traveling about the place, just trying to
Yeah.
experience as many courses.
I think it's nice to have a home course. So I haven't decided 100% what I'm going to do yet. So I believe I just sign up to iGolf to keep hold of my handicap
Yeah.
and do it that way. Or I'm looking into the option of there's a couple of courses around my way that do flexible memberships.
Okay.
So there's one in particular, you pay £400 for the year, and then you just pay 50% of a normal
Okay.
rate
Yeah.
every time you go and play. So, and then I think with that as well, I think you get like £100 of credit or green fees or something as well. So that I think would be a bit more worthwhile, because I would get my money's worth out of that. If there's a week where there isn't someone around, I can just go sign up to
Yeah.
that and play. And you get the rights of a 7-day membership, so I can play anytime, regardless of what day of the week it is. Whereas currently I'm 5-day plus, so I can only play. I'm mostly playing on the weekend because of work, but I can only play in the afternoons on a Saturday and Sunday because of the membership that I've got. Whereas I
Yeah.
would much rather be able to go out in the morning, play 18 holes, be done sort of early afternoon, and then I can get home and I've got the rest of the day. Whereas at the minute, if I want to play 18 holes, my entire Sunday is pretty much gone, because I'm teeing off, if I'm lucky to get a 12 o'clock tee time, which
Yeah.
in the summer and spring is very difficult. So chances are it's going to be like 1:30, by which time you're going into dinner time by the time you get home. So yeah, I'm going to look into that as an option. Like, I think there needs to be more flexible memberships, I think, for people. But I suppose the
Yeah.
golf courses these days, there's so many people that play golf that they can charge whatever they want anyway, and it makes no difference to them really.
Yeah, that's again when we mentioned like the blow up in COVID, that's the downside to us golfers, is golf courses can now kind of charge what they want, do what they want,
Yep.
make whatever rules that benefits. And we're quite lucky up here, pricing wise, from everybody I spoke to down south, and especially where you are, London area as well. Like so for example, my home course for a full membership it's £1,150 a year. But with that, I get two 18-hole golf courses and a 9-hole golf course.
That's pretty good actually.
Do you know what I mean? And that's probably one of the more expensive ones,
Yeah.
without going to the elite, like the Trump courses and like the Glen Eagles resorts and stuff.
Yeah.
But when you're just talking, a standard golf course, and the both 18-hole golf courses we've got are both in the top 100 in Scotland.
Yeah.
So like, we're really lucky. And again, having spoken to like some people down south, knowing the price of theirs just for an 18 sometimes.
Yeah.
We are quite lucky up here that way. So I shouldn't moan too much when I'm complaining
The
about.
thing is, though, it's easy though, isn't it, to look at what you've got and always want better. It's just the human way, I think, isn't it?
Absolutely, and we wouldn't be British if we didn't moan so much, would we? Let's be
Exactly.
honest. Let's give us a good cup of tea, a good bit of toast, and a good moan for
Yeah,
20 minutes.
I
And
started it with a cup of tea, so as British as it gets. All I need is
I
Johnny
know.
Dodger.
I'd finished mine just before you said that. I'm like, can I go and justify making another one? But I thought I better not. But right, Hannah, to finish up, I always do a little golf, this or that.
Okay.
All right. And I have changed it a little bit because I've added some women's ones in as well. So hopefully they hang it. So we'll start off with the most important one, just because we've been talking about fashion. Would you
Mhm.
rather look good and play bad, or play good and look bad?
Play good and look bad.
Oh,
I
really?
think.
I feel that would be
Yeah.
completely different once that camera was on and you'd be raging at how you looked, even though the score was good.
But the thing is, the way I'm sort of thinking about it is I try to look good now and I still play bad, so I'm already doing that one. So I might as well try the shuffle
Try
one.
to, I like that one. So social round, no scores, or keep score.
Keep score.
Keep score. You like the
Mm.
competitiveness still as well. Yeah,
Yeah, but
I
only
think
with myself, which is annoying. I'm not really that competitive with other people. I'm just competitive with myself.
but I think that's the best thing about golf, though, isn't it? It's such a, as much as it's a group game, you're only really, and this is what I try to tell everybody. Like I couldn't care less. I actually prefer playing with people who are much better than me, because it
Yeah.
kind of forces me to play well. I know I can't beat them. I'm in a competition with them. They don't know they're in a competition with me, but I'm in it. I kind of use running as an example. I probably hit one of my best 5K times last week, and I raced 9 different people. Not one of
Yeah.
them knew I was in a race with them, but they were ahead of
Are,
me, so I just made that point to
are
try
you
and
doing
catch each
that
one of them.
thing on Strada where you see people that have like run your route and then you get like a notification when that person beats you? So you're like, right, I've got to go out and
Straight,
do it even
yeah,
quicker next time.
straight out. Somebody, which I didn't know existed, like, so somebody had stole my route as well and made it
Yeah.
theirs. So I've now ran the same route more times just so I could get it back. So yeah, to say we're petty, and like this is the difference between like the guys and the girls we're talking about. This is what goes through. This is what takes over my life.
Yeah.
I run just to get that back, rather than, I couldn't care less if the housework's needing done or the food shop needs done. I need the Strava notification.
Self
Um,
pride.
Practice driving or practice putting?
Oh, practice driving all day of the week.
I thought that would be the answer. Um, on to professional golf, the Open or the Masters?
Hmm. The Masters, I think.
Then Masters or the Ryder Cup?
Ryder Cup.
That's okay. That you've redeemed yourself. You've redeemed yourself. All right, last one on the professional side then. Live or PGA to watch?
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't really mind either, to be honest. I'm not sure I could pick. And if I was to say live, I feel like all hell would break loose.
So okay, I'll change it. Take out the 4 majors, right? But you've got a live event and a PGA event on at the same time. What one are you watching?
Mm. I'd probably watch live if I'm honest.
It's the only right answer. Like, I don't believe anybody when they tell me they're watching every PGA event every week, because they just don't mean it. You watch the big ones like the Players, you watch Waste Management, but
Yeah.
most of them, like the Florida Championship Open that's on, that even Rory and Scotty aren't playing in. No,
Yeah.
nobody's watching it. Do you
Nobody's
know what I
watching
mean?
it.
But
No, you're right.
um,
It's true.
early morning, we've kind of hit this. So early morning tea time or late evening. So sunset or sunrise.
Oh, okay. I would actually say sunrise. No, sorry, sunset. Sunset.
Sunset.
Because I do really like, so of a weekend, I prefer to get out early in the morning, but
Yep.
I do love finishing work and being able to go out and have a twilight round, and then you've got that beautiful sunset in the background as you're finishing up. I think that tops it.
Yeah, I think I'd have let you away with any answer on that one. So sunrise is my favourite golf. So if I want to go out during the week, nice competitive round of golf, love it. But my favourite round of golf is your buddies, sunset.
Yeah,
Like the course tends to be quiet at night time. That
yeah,
is however you want to put it. Like when you start hearing all the birds at night time, and as you say, the sun going, it's just like the most therapeutic place in the world.
yeah, it is. I
And
love a sunset anyway, like regardless of golf. So I would always pick a sunset over a sunrise. So I suppose whilst I love a morning tea time to get it out of the
Yeah.
way, I think it's definitely, like you say, more therapeutic and prettier to watch a sunset.
I completely agree. So on the lines of the look good, play bad one, would you rather play terrible but score well, or score poorly but play really well?
Or well, play terribly.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the one I'm always the opposite. I think that's the normal one. People only care about the scorecard, but
Yeah.
mine's all. I like just knowing that I've swung well for the day.
Doesn't it feel like a wasted effort if you don't have a good score at the end of it?
Probably, but then I feel like if I'm playing, the way I look at it is it's my positivity. I'm quite a positive person, so I look at it as well. If I'm playing well, a good score's going to come.
Okay. Yeah, see, I think I'm the opposite. I'm probably more pessimistic. I'd be like, why am I even bothering?
Why bother? Blame the wind or blame the weather, just since it's apropos, or blame the clubs.
Definitely the weather. I've used that excuse for the last 3 months now.
Carry your bag or trolley?
Trolley all day long. I hate carrying my bag.
Yeah, sensible. What was the one? Yeah. I so skirt or trousers / leggings. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Skirt. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Golf trip for 2 days, but it rains. Golf trip for 3 days, sorry, but it rains 2 of the days, or just a weekend getaway, like in the UK golf trip, where the weather's just fine all weekend.
UK getaway where the weather's nice. Nothing better than golf with nice weather.
Staycation, I was trying to think. I couldn't think of the word.
Staycation.
Yeah. And then lastly, 18 pars or 9 birdies, 9 bogeys.
Ooh. I'll be realistic and I'll say 18 pars because chance of me getting 9 birdies is pretty much impossible.
I think that's the perfect answer. I think 18 pars is what we should all be striving for.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that's the end of them. So
Well, thank you for having me.
No, thank you very much for joining me. I'm guessing most people listening will already follow you anyway, but I will tag you in below. I'm now needing to point this way because I've realised the camera flips when when it's ended. I keep pointing it down that way to tell everybody the name, but it's actually down here.
Flip yourself round for it.
Yeah, so make sure you give Hannah a follow. But yeah, thank you very much, Hannah, for giving me some time, and I'll see you at the end of April.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. It was great to meet you sort of before in person.
At least you'll know when somebody says hi to you at the weekend. You'll kind of
definitely exactly. I went,
the bald Scottish guy, at least can't go wrong. But
I actually know this guy.
Yeah, but no, honestly, thank you very much for giving me your time. Thank you at home for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Make sure you follow Hannah. I will tag her in below, and we shall see you next week.